In the previous video we were discussing about string functions, and in this video we are going to continue with the discussion. Okay, so in the previous video we have discussed about the 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 length function, the get index function, the subsequence function, and the compare to function. Okay, so in I think that should be clear to you. Okay, so now next is the equals function. So the equal function indicates whether some object is equal to the other object or not. Okay, so it is just like the comparison operator equals to. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just okay, so you can guess the return type of the function is boolean. Okay, because it returns that whether it is equal to or not. So when I say a equals to equals, okay, so it is equals, and I say b, b, and when I run this, so you can guess the output. The output is false because they are not equal. Okay, so as you can see here, the output is false because they are not equal. And when I do C and D, C, and I compare it with D, and again when I run the program, now the output must be true because they are equal. Okay, no, it is false. Why it is false? Okay, so I have done some mistake. I have to compare C with F. Okay, sorry. So yeah, when I compared C with D, the data type is only not same. One is string and other is int, so there is no chance of them being equal. So it is true. Now what happens when I change one index in the string? So you can see the output is false. So it is only true when both string are equal in each and every manner possible. Now it is having some suggestion. Now we will go to it and press alt plus enter. It is suggesting that we should replace it with equals to sign. As I already mentioned that it is nothing but the comparison operator equal to. Okay, moving on to hash code. The hash code returns a hash code value for the object. Okay, so you might be wondering what the hash code is. I'll suggest just go to the Google, type hash code of a string, and you will get to know. Okay, so I want the hash code of let's say string C. So I'll just type C dot hash code. Okay, and when I run this program, I'll get the hash code for C string. So as you can see in the output screen, the hash code for C string is this. Okay, let's say I want hash code for all the strings possible. Okay, so I'll just mention all the strings A, B, C, and F. We have 4 strings: A, B, C, and F. Okay, so when I run this program, it gives the hash code for all these string. Now if you note that these two values are negative and these two values are positive, so why is that? The hash code could be positive, negative, or any value. Okay, it's just a representation. Okay, so now next is the plus operator, plus function. So what the plus function does is, okay, when I use the plus function, let's say I have print ln a plus B. Now the A plus B is another string. Okay, so I can make another function use on this string also. So I can use the plus function again also. Okay, and it's the plus function is not restricted to string only, so I can use the plus function and use any data type. I can use here D also. Okay, so when I run this program, so you can see the addition of all this A, B, C and D. So it gives like, hello, this is a coder and my age is 19. Okay, so what, there is a mistake that there is no space given, because I have not given any spaces here, here or here. If I give spaces here, then it would be a perfect code. So that was all about the plus function. Now instead of using dot plus, I can also do that. I can just do A plus B plus C. Okay, and when I run this program, I can find that it gives, hello, this is a coder and my age. Now this is string concatenation. Okay, it is nothing but it just concatenate the string. It means that it puts two or three string or many string together and make it a new string. Okay, so plus function returns a string obtained by concatenating the string with the string representation of the given other object. Okay, so that was all about the plus function. Next is the toString function. So we have already talked about the toString or toInt or all the data type conversion function. So it is nothing but, suppose I have a integer that has a value, that is a phone number. Okay, so okay, A is already defined. I'll just give it name as phone. Okay, so I want to store this in a string. So what I can do is I can just write phone and then dot toString. So what it does is it converts the phone this into a string. So when I print this, when I go ahead and print this, then you can expect the result, it is a string. So you can see nothing in the result. The result would be same, the output is just the number itself, but it is a string. Okay, so toString function returns a string representation of any object. Okay, then there is last index function. The last index function returns the index of the last character in the character sequence, and -1 if it is empty. So I have here in these two string I'll try C and F. So what I'll do is I'll just go to the end, and yeah, so I'll print the last index of C first. Okay, so I'll just type C dot last index. Okay, and I'll also print the last index of F, and now I'll run this program. Meanwhile, I'll go to the C and F strings. Now as we can see in the output, the first one is 13 and the second one is 12. So the last index, which is this, so this is 0, then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 and 13. So the index of the last character is 13 in this string, and the index of last character is 12 in this string F. So it just returns the index of the last character. Okay, so now you must have no doubt in the last index function. Okay, the next is index of function. So the index of function returns the index within its string of first occurrence of a specified character starting from the specified start index. Okay, so index of function has three parameters. Basically, the first is the string, so that is a, b or c, whichever string I am providing it. Second is the start index. Okay, so from which index I should be looking for the character. So suppose I'll just explain it. And third is the ignore case. Just ignore that. So it is just telling it should be false. Okay, so uh, okay, it is a boolean. Ignore case is boolean. So the basically what is in index of, so I'll say that index of I and string b. Okay, and start index is 0, so it will give the third I. Okay, and when I'll give the start index of 3 value 3, so it will give me this I. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and use the function. So I'll print in string b. I can do what was that, index of. Okay, and now I'll mention the character which are of which index I am finding. So I'll mention the character as I. Okay, and then I'll mention the start index. Okay, so note that it is giving a red I in red. So why is that? Because I haven't mentioned the character in single quote. Okay, so I should only mention the character or character in single quote and string in double quotes. Okay, so then I'll mention the string start index. So I'll mention the start index at 0 at first and the ignore case as false. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and run this program. So the output of this is 2. So now I'll go to the b string, and so at 0 1 2 at index 2 there is an I. Okay, so now what if I start with index 3 and see what is the output. Okay, I'll start with index 3 and run this program. So I can see in the output that the result is output is 5. So I started with this index, and this is the third index, then fourth index is empty, and then fifth index has an I. So the answer is I. The I is at the fifth index starting from the third index. Okay, so it just founds the first I from the start index and ignores the rest of it. So I'll just find D from any index. Okay, so finding D from any index doesn't change anything. Okay, because D is only mentioned one time. It matters when D is when the start index is after 11. Okay, after 12, because D is at the 12th index. So the index of just gives the index of the mentioned character from any index. Okay, so I hope all the functions should be clear to you by now. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. In the next video we will be covering functions. Thank you.